And welcome back to the Posh Lab, guys. This week we are working on a very exciting project. It is Alex's, the Car Creative's 2022 BRZ. But what I'm going to show you is how to hand wash your car properly to prevent scratching. And you can do this wherever you are in the world, at your garage, at a wand wash, in a detail bay like this. So a big key to the wash process is using proper products. This includes your soap, your towels, the buckets, and ensuring everything's clean. So many people will pick up all these great products, but then not maintain them by not washing them and keeping them clean. So you always, no matter what, you want to make sure your bucket with your grit guard is clean. You wipe it out after you use it maybe once a month. Make sure there's no dirt in there. And then you always want to make sure you wash your towels after each wash. You want to wash your wash mitts and let them dry. So some of my favorite products are from AMMO NYC. I'll link them down below. And then we always want to use plush, soft, microfiber towels. I like to use 2 or 3 with the wand wash. And then to clean your wheels, you're going to need a set of wheel woolies and a couple towels, and that's it. You'll be set to hand wash your car properly forever. So let's get started. So step 1 is rinsing the car. So I'm in my own detail bay here, but you can do this wherever you are. You just want to keep away from any of the pre-soaks, any of the tar and iron removers. All you need is high pressure rinse. During this first step, I always like to work in sections. So I always pressure wash front to back and then top to bottom. When I clean the wheels, I always do the wheel wells and the whole face of the wheel and then the dish of the wheel. You only want to spend 1 to 2 minutes doing this process. Next, we're gonna move on to cleaning the wheels. I usually like to keep around 1 to 2 minutes per wheel. We begin by spraying 2 to 3 sprays on the wheel face, then we agitate it with the brush, working from the lug nuts to the spokes, the wheel woolies on the barrels, and then I like to just quickly clean the edge of the inner fender because it's usually really dirty, and then just rinse and repeat. Now that we're complete with the wheels, we're gonna move on to the body. As you can see, the car is still wet. If your car is dry, you've taken a little bit too long to clean the wheels. But what we're gonna do is foam bath the car, and if you're at a place where they don't have a foam cannon, or if you're at home and you don't have one, you can still repeat this process the same. Just use more soap in the bucket and take your time. Just make sure the full car is still soaking wet. We begin by working top to bottom, just like we rinse front to back. So I always like to work from the hood and then the roof, the trunk, and then work my way down in sections. I'll do the whole top section and then I'll begin the bottom, which is normally the dirtiest part of the car. Some key points you want to remember is you want to make sure your car is, number 1, not scorching hot. If it is, you got to make sure it's cooled down, it's not in the sun. When you're always washing your car, detailing your car, make sure it's in the shade. It's more comfortable for you and your car, and you're not going to have an issue with tons of water spots. When we begin the wash process with the wash mitts, you can see here I flip the mitt in sections. It's because I start to notice it starts to get full of dirt and grime. We want to work in these small sections and then rinse the mitt in our second bucket and repeat. So in an ideal scenario, you'll have a rinse bucket and a wash bucket. So after you're done with one section, you put it in the rinse, wring it out, and repeat. You can get away with using one single bucket if your car is not completely filthy. You'll just, like I said, you'll need to rinse it more, use more soap, and take your time. Moving on to the final stage, which is the drying stage. Funny enough, you always want to make sure your towels are actually wet. This is how it absorbs water. This is one of the big key points when drying your car is when you actually get the most scratches on your car. So you want to make sure you use a good product. Today we're using AMMO Hydrate to lubricate and pick up that water, wring it out, and wash and dry in sections. So you want to begin the process by completely soaking your towels and wringing them out. And if you are doing this at a wand wash, you can pre-soak your towels at home, put them in a Ziploc bag, go to the wash, and they're ready to go. There's a couple key points in this process when using AMMO Hydrate. You want to make sure every panel is still wet, just like all the other process steps. We start with the top and work our way down. So I do all the flat spots first, the hood, the roof, the trunk, then I work my way around the car. A little bit goes a long way. If you see too many streaks, you're using too much. If it's not picking up the water, you're not using enough. But the finish is amazing. So now we're gonna finish with the very final step, which is tire shine. So what you wanna do is grab your tire shine and a foam applicator. This is so you can get direct contact to the tire without overspraying and getting stuff all over the car. I always like to use AMMO Mud, same thing, one of my favorite products. You put a little bit on the applicator, you butterfly it, and then you apply it, starting from 12 o'clock all the way around, and that's it. Once you guys get efficient at the process, you'll also be able to wash your car like this in 15 minutes or less properly. So this is not a show prep. This isn't a concourse detail. This is just how to wash your car properly on a weekly basis. So I hope this helps you. And if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe, and we'll pump out more content.